Thank you very much for inviting me to speak here. As usual, it was great to listen to Mr. Billa. I'd always check my doings with his policies. Actually, getting to a point, you have the young tourism minister here who beautifully committed to a streamline of things for the press tomorrow, and Mr. Chawla here. But I have one thing to share with all of you. Tourism is not the issue of the mind or the pocket. It's all about your heart. I think it's passion. I always say any business is not about profit and loss, it's all about sharing. And I looked at it that way all through. And I think I didn't do badly. I had a good education in a nice school, and then and somewhere I landed up in the UN. UN puts so much of statistics in your mind. I got to know India is not one country, but two countries. There was an urban India, there was a rural India. And this urban India is so rich. I've not seen people as rich as those. And rural India is so poor, and I've not seen people as poor as those in rural India. And I hated being a part of this society. So when I was in Geneva, I decided when I get back home, the first thing I would go is and attack this issue. By then I was mature and grown up enough to understand that the people rich are rich because they slogged and the poor are poor because they slumbered. But then I think this rural-urban divide is more a government policy. So I said I'll go straight to the smallest village that I find and establish a big sustainable business where everything is going to be beautiful. And that is what took me to a place called Swamimalai, a very least known little village in Tanjore district. And then the rest was history. But the reason why I'm here, and I made sure this is the reason I'm going to be here after listening to Mr. Billa, is to say, tourism is not a bad area to be, even considering it's a business. It's lovely, it's passionate, it's a dream. And two, it's a magic area. For many businesses, there is a dead end. In tourism, there is no dead end. I'll give you a few examples of what happened. When I got back, I made a beautiful plan. This is what I'm going to do. I want to be a Maharaja, so I will build a kingdom for me. The kingdom became too big, and that's what got converted into a hotel. But when I went to a bank, I had a big project for about 130 crores. The bankers laughed at me. You want to do this? What for? I said, I want to give the authentic Indian experience to an inbound traveler. They laughed. They said, you can't use this, you can't use this, you can't use this. All factors which I thought was going to help me offer the authentic experience was struck off. Country tiles, thatch, patch, and all this. It was a shame for me, I was stuck. Then I decided I'm not going to go after money. I'll go after an idea. So what do I sell in my tourism business? I thought for a while. There emerged India, an untouched product those days. I said, I will sell India. Somebody created a beautiful country for me, ready to sell product. I will sell India, and that is what happened from 1994 until today. I only sell India. I sell small aspects. Taking the pan after eating biryani is an aspect for me. And it all worked, and it is still working. Therefore, friends, don't get a bit scared or worried about the policies and about this, about that. No. There is a nice gap between the policy and what we do at the floor. I'll give you an example. Yes, COVID struck everybody very badly, and more the ones in rural areas, because everything was clogged, stopped. So we said, okay, at least let's allow the local people to use the swimming pool. Then came another order, swimming pool to be shut and sealed. You can't touch your swimming pool. So we said, what do? We shut that, returned the money. We had an Ayurvedic center. Said, let's do massages for the local people. Suddenly we said, love thy neighbor. We never even knew who was our neighbor. Suddenly we love thy neighbor. We invited the local people to come to our spa. Shut down your spa. We were clogged all sides. We thought for a while. We said, what do we do? And we had about 1,500 local people to feed. Forget our hoteliers. We launched a program. We said, let's take care of senior citizens who are all hiding in urban areas, scared of COVID coming through the toilet hole, and this, that, and everywhere. We frightened them a lot. We didn't even realize. We sort of tried to give the Ebola picture to COVID. I just wrote about 300 mails to friends in the US. If you want us to take care of your parents, we will take care. But we can't use the hotel, huh? See, we got the license released for our Ayurvedic center. We brought these 89 couples to the hotel, converted the whole hotel into a nice Ayurvedic spa, and kept these people with us for 6 to 7 months. That was our highest yield ever. And two, the swimming pool was always disturbing me. What do I do with my pool filled with water? So one day I decided I can't use it. One day I decided to empty the pool, bring fresh water from the ponds nearby. We filled our pool with fresh water. And those days, Kerala was very sweet. When they needed medicines and medical care, you sent a lorry load. There was one teacher Amma who was a minister. She will send back some gift. She asked me, what do you want? I said, what can you give me other than kappa? Kappa is the tapioca sticks. So along with that, she sent me some packets of these fishlings. We emptied that in this pond, and we grew fish and we grew tapioca. The local people got used to eating tapioca and fish curry. We produced about 40 to 50 kg of fish every day. So there are survival techniques, and that's possible in a country like India, more in India. We are too good to take the diversion this way, that way, and survive, and lead, and do extremely well. So this is what happened in our case. In a small village with good intention, we started working with local people, and we realized it was good. It was so helpful. And immediately after that, there was a lot of learning. There was this inbound tourism, there was this domestic tourism. Then we launched a new product called Love Thy Neighbor. Suddenly the neighbors became very important. There was no occupancy. So we advertised locally. Neighbors started coming in. So there are a lot of quick fix solutions for a lot of problems we hold. Yes, not that we don't have, we have a lot of problems. But we could easily come out of those problems, those issues. I think I would take that table. So eventually what happened, we learned so much that became our mainstay. Culture became the mainstay. From pure profit and loss economy, business economy, we became an experience economy. Of course, we have migrated and migrated. Today we are a memory economy. Yeah. As soon as I put my backpack, take a selfie. My journey starts today. Then my air hostess, my aeroplane, pluck, 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 it goes. The tourist is actually busy making memory. They are not worried how beautiful is your room, what roads you give them, what hotel they stay. They are busy making memory. So we started pitching in on that. Make hell of a lot of memory while they are staying with us. They want to ride a bullock cart. 1,000 pictures will go out. They want to milk a cow. They want to climb a coconut tree. Yes, we teach them to climb a coconut tree and we give them a license to climb coconut tree. We teach them to ride a bullock cart and give them a nice license to ride a bullock cart for 25 years. These things make stories and make memories for them. So we are on that track. That way, I'm sure, there might be a day when I may run short of ideas. Then I will go running to Mr. Billa. Yeah. We've been on track for the last 30 years. He has always stood as a man of strength, and we are looking forward for an ideal position where he could execute a lot of things that he has in his mind. He's a great guy to work with, and I'm sure India is going to do great with him. But tourism business, unlike other businesses, I think it's just not a business where you make profit and loss. Rural areas have a lot more to contribute. Every monument is in a rural area, and that is what we are selling. I think if we don't give back something to them, then we are not in fair business. We are just taking and not giving. Today, in all my hotels, we are rural centric. All our employees are local people. By a mission statement, we cannot hire, even if you were to give me free services, I cannot hire you. We have a memorandum signed with the local panchayat that will hire only local people, 5-kilometer radius. And we cannot say no to handicapped people. They can enter the gate and go straight to the HR and pick up a job. We cannot say no to destitutes. We cannot say no to transgenders. We did all this out of some learning, but today it has brought in a lot of reputation to our business. When guests see a transgender doing service, they appreciate us for that. So this way we have learnt a lot, and we are still learning. All girls' schools within 5-kilometer radius, there are today about 264 schools. All of them have a toilet. That may not be a big issue, but I think it should be a big issue. All the girls' schools have a toilet now, primary schools. And there are no beggars on the streets in that town, in Kumbakonam. We used skill development schemes of the government to train them into being sweepers. So all the beggars were trained to be sweepers, and Kumbakonam town has been declared the cleanest town in India. Our railway minister was here, Mr. Suresh, I forget his full name. So he visited our railway station, the main station. It was so clean. So he asked me, how is it the station is kept so clean? I said, we sweep, we wash, we keep it clean, because this is what gives the first impression. So he said, no, you're doing something else. I said, no, we are only washing and sweeping. So he said, it's so clean, I feel like putting my foot on the floor and eating. So he declared that railway station the best kept railway station, but 2 days later he lost that job. That is secondary. Yeah. So like this, many nice things have happened. There is no manual scavenging in that vicinity. We have mechanized everything. Temple towns are very dirty normally, very dirty. Probably that's the only town where the local people's initiative got them a World Heritage status for a temple. The temple was so bad, you go in and sneeze, 10 stones will fall down. We produced such a big docket, small one, and distributed it outside the parliament to show the status of the temple to the parliamentarians. And we forgot about it. 1 year later, the temple got a World Heritage status. It's no joke, getting, let's say, there's so much of documentation work to do. So if initiatives can be moved by the tourism, people in tourism business, it's going to do all of us good. And it is not a tough thing. I enjoy my business. I really enjoy. Having said all this, sometimes there are bigger issues. I'm glad Mr. Milla is here, and I'm glad to bring it to his knowledge. In some segments, some locations, business is becoming very tough, especially hill stations. When you're in a hill station, you spend 25 to 30% more because you have to bring material from the plains to the hills. Added to that, there's nobody to monitor licensing policies, so hotels are coming up like mushrooms. Business falls. Now, what some people are doing, they are converting their hotels into bungalows. And a great hotelier has become a great real estate man. Now they are selling bungalows, not room nights. That is a dangerous situation. Very dangerous situation. Yes, he can go back to make the bungalows into a hotel rooms later, but that comes after a long time when we have suffered the hit. So this is the caution point. I think what is lacking, as a hotelier, as a tourism professional, I should bring this point. The government should have a destination plan and earmark land for purposes. I mean, imagine if you earmark place for 10 convention centers, not bothering about the carrying capacity. Convention center will be full, but then people will have to stay 100 kilometers away. There may not be any hotels around. So many hotels, these are for hotels, so many convention centers, this for youth hostel, this for hospitals. That planning has to happen for literally every destination. I remember when I was in college, Government of India did a beautiful planning work in Vaishno Devi. Mr. Jagmohan was there. He's one of the greatest tourism ministers that we had. He's forgotten today, but he did a great job in Vaishno Devi with not much of a budget. He did a great job. Today the destination is that because of that gentleman. Single-handedly he did all that. And see what has happened in Varanasi. What has happened in Ganges? Yes, we spent a lot of money, but all those revenues are coming in. The destination has a different outlook today. This planning should come from Government of India for literally every destination that has the potential. And I believe in India, it's just not monumental support. There is so much of culture, there is so much of experiences, there is so much of I told you, memories. So this is where the challenge comes, to create that master plan and allow tourism to just grow. It will grow. You don't have to push it with some special budget and all that, because from time immemorial, just go back and see. We did not have people who were trained abroad, brought here, no hotels, no five-star hotels, but still everybody came flocking to India. The Mughals came, the Chinese came, the British came, the Dutch came, the French came. Now the second lap has started. Why did they come? Why did they come? They had a reason. And now they'll come back again. We still have a lot to give. My last point would be, again, a request that this map becomes very important before the tourism products gets converted to some other product. Please don't construe what I'm talking as magic or a fluke shot. You can see, I have one small video clip. You can see how happy people are, how joyful people are. We keep making small products every day. If a guest is staying with us for 5 days, one day we send them to the village. Choose the family with whom you want to have dinner tonight. Then they go on the bullock cart with the guests to the fish market. They pick up the fish, bring it home. They cook the fish. Everything is interesting for them. Then they have fish curry rice. All that we look at is the sanitation aspect. Put about our mineral water, clean floors and all this, and everything happened. And that's the most joyful thing that happened for them in their 40 days of tour in India. Now I'll just show you one clip.
Ever seen a prison gate repurposed as a resort's banquet? Step into history at Indigo Hotel, Swamimalai, because this isn't just a resort, it's a living museum. And at the heart of it all is one man, Steve Borgia. As a resort's banquet, step into history at Indigo Hotel, Swamimalai, because this isn't just a resort, it's a living museum.
This palace was in the heart of Chennai. My chief minister did not like it. They decided to break it. But then I decided to buy it. I removed it stone by stone, carried it all the way to one of my hotels that I rebuilt it there. It's there. These are our rooms. Just because we are into rural tourism, you must not think we are, rustic, local. No, no, no. We try to be very royal, very, very royal. This is a 1737 palace built in Chennai by a guy from Shekhawati, a Rajasthani. Imagine that got broken. We had to carry it and save it. So we don't try to get the local people and train them to do foreign things, no. We do things what they know, what they have and what they can do. We never try to push something alien onto them. You see, they are doing only local things. These are the bullock cart classes. Even bathing in a pump set becomes an exquisite product. All hotels of us will have a museum, should have a museum. They are not very demanding. The simple things that gives them the greatest joy. Look at that, just sporting that sari and the dhoti and taking pictures. Yeah, so you saw that. So we don't try to give them peanut stuff and all that. No, we are very, very careful in what we are offering, the style in which we offer, and the happiness quotient that is got by them. We are very, very careful about it. So much so the guests themselves will tell us, how can you afford to give us all this in this little price? That's what we want. Can I see the second video, Santosh? We used COVID very positively, yeah? Using the COVID times, the official note that we got from government, we shut down all our restaurants, no air conditioning in any of our restaurants, no air conditioning in any public area. We moved the restaurant into the farm, into the garden, and made everything natural. Can you play the second one? So what may work here may not work in your area. So it is very, very destination specific, but every destination has more than enough for us to make a product. I think that's what we should gun for. Because just get back to yesteryears, all temples had a festival for which most of the people moved. And all the festivals are not at the same time. One is in summer, one is in peak winter, one is this way, that way, very beautifully distributed, but the system kept people moving to take care of the local economy for purchase of the flowers that bloom at that time.
Repurposed as a resort's back gate. Step into history at Indigo Hotel, Swami Malai. Because this isn't just a resort, it's a living museum. And at the heart of it all is one man, Steve Borgia, a collector, a restorer,
Santosh,
on a mission to
repeating.
protect the stories South India almost forgot. You look at Indigo and think, charming
You're
old
repeating.
building, but step in and it's a time machine hidden in a Tamil village. The rooms are real Tanjavur homes. The pool is inspired by temple tanks. The food is straight out of a Tamil village kitchen.
There are no
You get
architects or
bullock carts
engineers
instead
in
of
these
buggies,
projects. It's all
peacocks on the
local
roof
people.
instead of solar panels. And yes, even a pump set bath makes it to your itinerary. But wait, that's just the surface. This place holds India's best private collection of vintage and colonial era artifacts. The actual handcuffs used on Subhash Chandra Bose, India's first refrigerator, first bicycle, first fan. Things so rare, even Google would just shrug. None of it came in bulk. Steve found them, rescued them, and gave them their soul back. He
Thank
chose
you,
to
Santosh.
protect what we were leaving behind.
Thank you very much.